Hola, and welcome to Savvy Spotlight, Episode 2. I am here at Deep Cut Gardens. It is one of my favorite parks in Monmouth County. And with me here today is the owner of Promotions and Unicorns too. He has been in business for almost 30 years. Please welcome Rob Einhorn. Hey, Rob.
Hey there, how are you?
Welcome to Savvy Spotlight. Thank you so much for being a guest on our show. I am super excited so you can share with us what it is that you do. You've been doing this for almost 30 years.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about it.
I started Promotions and Unicorns too right out of college. So it was we were in a bit of a recession, and I wanted to find something that I can earn money at and maybe help out some people, because I was very involved in being a student leader back in college. So I wanted to find a business that could keep me involved in higher ed, but also be able to serve my community wherever I wound up.
Oh, okay.
It's
So
been a
you
lot of fun.
started this while you were in school.
I did the preliminary work
Okay.
while I was still in school. So the opportunity came up, the investor came in, my father was the investor, and he talked to me over spring break. I took a few months, really didn't like it, was interviewed. Yes, I did say didn't initially like the idea. That was intentional. Had a bunch of interviews, was interviewed for a couple of jobs, including with MTV and a couple of entertainment
Oh, wow.
agencies, and decided, and also for a couple of college graduate programs, and I decided, let me go for this. What, 2, 5 years, 7 years? Let's try it. I could always go back to school or parlay this and get a job with somebody else if it doesn't work. That was 1991.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going back to grad school at this point. Not when I'm about to send my daughter to college in the fall.
Wow. Would you have ever thought you would be doing this that long?
No. I never imagined that almost 30 years later, I'd be still doing this and having as much fun today, if not more fun, doing it now at 51 years old than I did at 22.
Wow. So tell us, what is the best part of it? What is it that you have? What part that makes you have so much fun?
You know, doing promotional products, it's a weird thing, especially since everything gets shipped directly to the customer via UPS or FedEx. So you rarely ever see the results of the jobs that you're doing. Sometimes you might see pictures, but it really isn't. Most of my business, as I said, comes from the higher ed. So the fact is that it goes farther out. Yeah, I do for Brookdale, I do for Monmouth University, done for Rutgers and a lot of other New Jersey schools. But every once in a while, I'll be walking, running, whatever, here in Middletown, and I've actually seen shirts that I've done for a college that is not local, just somebody wearing a shirt, and it just blows me away.
Wow, that's pretty awesome.
It really is. It's a lot of fun.
So are you designing?
I do not consider myself a graphic artist.
Okay.
I prefer the art to come directly to me in the vector format. Vector is a jargon term, I know that.
Okay.
Most people don't understand. JPEG's not jargon. I mean, not vector, but vector format where I can literally click on, for example, just one little piece, and if I wanted to, I could remove it or replace it. But whenever we do it, we use, if the customer gives me art and it works, I do it. I have an art service that I use, so that if it's good but not quite there and I can't do it, I do a lot of the work myself, a lot of clip art, I do a lot of typesetting. But if the customer needs me to tweak something and it's outside of my wheelhouse, I actually have an art service. I also have a nephew who is a graphic designer. He's done a couple of jobs for me.
Okay,
as
so
well.
that helps.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
For example, the hot sauce I gave you, yes, we actually did custom hot sauce. I have a bottle of it over there, and I gave you, my nephew actually designed the label.
Oh, okay. So you mentioned colleges, you mentioned universities throughout New Jersey. Can you help any other type of business?
I love working with local businesses, doctors, lawyers, whether it's somebody who's starting out or somebody who's had a business, or the schools here in Middletown, of course, or anywhere in the Bayshore area, of course I'm willing to work with you. And it doesn't matter, you know, yes, my expertise is primarily in higher education, but it doesn't mean I'm not in touch with what we need in our area. For example, right now in the era
Yes,
of
show us
COVID-19,
what you have.
I'm going to show you a couple of, obviously, masks. This mask is made out of neoprene. It's wetsuit material, and it goes right over the ears.
Oh, it looks so comfortable too.
It's not bad. I mean, they're never going to be perfectly
Right, of
comfortable.
course.
Certainly not anybody who wears it. But this one specifically, we can do a similar piece that full color on the whole thing, or this one would normally get a 2x2 area imprint. Can also
Okay.
do this one, which is a lot of fun, made in America, both of these. Where it
Oh, I
goes
like that one
this,
too.
And you can easily see the advertisement of the company to show that they're really involved. So if you have a local business, you could start buying these. These are less than $250
Oh, that's a great
or
price.
$250, and you can get it so that you can have your corporate logo or doctor, whatever, right there to show that you're in touch with what's needed for right now.
Does that price include?
Yes.
It
It includes the one color imprint right there, and this 7 to 10 days, and they're made in the Bronx, right in New York. So you get, if you're here in this area, the day after it ships, it's going to be
Oh, yeah, that's
at
a
your
quick.
home or your business, and you're not paying overnight delivery. It's ground delivery right there. UPS actually delivered this and that one to my house yesterday.
Oh wow, yeah, this is quick delivery. Yeah, because
Well,
it's right. Because it's, I mean,
'Cause it's
Bronx is New
made-
York. Yeah,
right,
it's
'cause
made
it's
in
made
US.
in our general vicinity.
Exactly.
And I mean, people who live in Middletown work in the Bronx, and we know how easy the commute is. Well, how easy or how not so easy that commute can
It all
be.
depends. I know. I worked in
UPS,
Queens too.
they own the commute very well. You work in Queens, you know where
Yeah,
I'm
I
going
used
with
to
that.
work in Queens
okay.
when I first moved out here in Middletown, and it was, you know, it was great and it wasn't. You know, it depends. If the weather was bad, forget about it. You know, other than that, you know, I just took, you know, Jersey Transit, Penn Station, from there go to Queens, and that was it.
Oh yeah, I've done it myself.
Yeah.
I've gone out to LIRR. It has been my friend on a couple of occasions.
The Long Island Railroad. Yeah, I've been on that one too many times. Too many times. So what else do you have? Show us.
Well, now I didn't do now all these shirts. This is actually a t-shirt blanket that we
okay.
made because it's so much easier to show off a lot of shirts on a t-shirt blanket rather than showing the 30 shirts. It takes up a lot less weight if I'm doing a trade show. But with a name like Promotions and Unicorns 2, yes, I have to feature some unicorns. These are actually unicorn pens.
Oh, my nieces will love that.
Well, then she'll take it home. Your nieces will take this one home, and this one. Now, this
look at
one,
that.
that's really clear. I'm going to bring it too close. Was actually made in China, but printed in New York. This one, I'm going to bring it somewhat close. You can see it's actually changing color from body heat.
Oh,
This
that's
is an
pretty cool.
American-made pen. They have over 500 stock shapes. So if a local doctor or a local business wants something to tie in, let's say, well, what maybe the audience doesn't realize is that we're at Deep Cut Gardens right here in Middletown. So I'm looking at so many beautiful flowers and shrubbery. So if you were doing, say, a landscaping company, you could do a pen like this in the shape of a tree. If you're a hairdresser, we actually have ones that are shaped for scissors. There's over 500 stock, and all you have to do is say, hey Rob, I'm really interested. Can I get a sample of one of those? And the answer is, sure, no problem.
How about for real estate agents?
Of course, houses. That's the most obvious.
Awesome.
But if you want something different, we could do a key.
Okay.
If we wanted to, we could even do something different with it and do what we call a billboard, where it's rectangular. And what I'm going to describe would be a rectangular piece, and then there's a tag. So you could have one side be a welcome mat, and the other side could have a mock-up of your smaller business card with your picture on it, and that's just a different way of doing it. We could even have that tab rise so that you could have information printed on the inside of that card.
All right. Interesting. I like that.
And it's made in
That's
Indianapolis, Indiana. The color change ones are even made out of recycled plastic. There's over 24 different colors available, 6 that are made out of recycled plastic, and they don't cost extra for the recycled plastic. This one goes from black to gray-white, and the other one that changes color goes from purple to hot pink.
Ah,
You can
I
mix
like
and
that.
match colors as well as shapes. So again, if we were going to do the house, the key, a tree, let's just say you were going to do, hypothetically speaking, 500, the minimum order is 250. As long as you get 100, you can get 100 of different shapes. So you could get, if we did an order of 300, we do the house, we do a key, we do a tree. And each one has the same information. They could be different colors, so obviously a green tree, a brown house, and let's say to the color change from the black to gray-white for the key. It's what you want. All you have to do is ask.
Look at that. So for all you real estate agents out there, you know we're always looking for promotional products, for our clients or just to promote ourselves. This is a great contact.
Right, I'd be happy to have a conversation with you. And right now, obviously, everybody wants to be socially distant. We're doing Facebook Live. We could do meetings via Zoom. We can do meetings through Google Hangouts. It's really easy. It's whatever works for you. And if you want to have a conversation 7 feet away, I'm okay with that.
Which is kind of like what we're doing right now. So you guys don't see me next to him because we are practicing social distancing. But like Rob said, we are in Deep Cut Gardens, one of the most beautiful parks here in Monmouth County, one of my personal favorite. And yeah, that's why you don't see me, because I'm behind the camera.
Right, and of course, right now everybody thinks about their home. And one of the things that's really nice about being at home when you're working is if you have a dog. Because your dog, you need to walk. And of course, you get ready, and if you're not used to working at home, you're always worried about the dog. You have to make sure that you walk the dog in the morning, and then as soon as you get home. Now, you're able to work from home and still theoretically have a 5-minute. You want to work that dog? Well, how about a promotional product specifically for your dog? This is a Frisbee. We've all had regular Frisbees. It's not a true Frisbee. Frisbee is a registered trademark of the Wham-O Corporation. Legal disclaimer. But this is a flying disc, just like any of the others, but this one is made out of silicone so that you can throw it to your pup, and he or she's going to take a good bite out of it. And because it's silicone, it's stretchy and it's pet safe.
That is a great product. So many people have dogs. No, that is awesome. That is a great product.
It's a lot of fun. You know, the limitations realistically are almost infinite. The real limitations are your budget, and that does include time, and our collective imaginations. And after doing this for almost 30 years, trust me, I've got the imagination that'll help you.
So Rob, share with me, are you limited to products, or is there pretty much any product that you can use
There
as a
are always
promotional
going to be
product?
certain limitations. But as I said, the limitations are virtually endless and infinite because of your budget. A lot of things are going to be manufactured overseas, and then there are a lot of things that are manufactured here in the United States. And every once in a while, I do get a question, and I can honestly say, yeah, but. Because that but is a big but. People sometimes have these grandiose ideas that what they see in a supermarket is going to be in their budget. But what you see at Target, what you see at the supermarket, when it comes to your budget, it may not. We're leading into the wonderful summer after this winter, this elongated spring where it hasn't been that great, and we're getting ready for the high schoolers to go off to college. So if you're a small business and you want to really connect to them both on a practical level and on an emotional level, award something to those families who have these students right now. Because let's be honest, the high schoolers and as well as the college students right now in grad school and med school, they're not having their normal graduation. But if you want to be connected to them, what you might want is something that's going to connect to them on an emotional level as well as a practical level. So I also brought a laundry bag.
That is great for anyone, but I also just thought about the college students that are off to school.
Exactly. This way you've got a nice sized imprint area. It's just one example, we do have others, where it's got a nice imprint area where a local business can say, we're proud of our community members who are going off to college. And let's be honest, if you're a good family member, your kid and they're not going off to college, they might be taking a gap year, they may feel that college isn't right for them, or they may be going to a community college like right here and over in Lincroft and Brookdale. Make sure they know how to do laundry. A good laundry basket is going to be helpful in their rooms, whether they're living on a campus or in their bedroom here at home.
Well, Rob, do you mind sharing with us? I know that your daughter is a senior.
Yes.
And she's not going to have a graduation, unfortunately. Is that correct?
We don't know that for sure.
Oh, we don't know?
We
okay,
don't know.
Good. I didn't know that.
Middletown, to my knowledge, has not formally canceled. Although I do believe this Friday on the books, it's still scheduled to be their high school prom. Don't think that's happening. But they haven't, to my knowledge, they haven't made that announcement. I hope that the kids do.
I hope so too.
It's been, these students, they're feeling, they want to graduate. I mean, anybody who's been a high school student knows that they're having the senioritis. Students want to get back to school. It doesn't matter if they're in kindergarten or if they're in high school, college, med school. They want to get back. And as a parent, as you are, you want these kids to have this moment. So I don't know when graduation will be. They may have a pseudo graduation in the fall for all we know.
This is true. I hope so. I hope they do have a graduation for these kids because, you know, your high school years, I mean, you can't get that back. You can get anything back. But that senior year, that's the highlight of high school. You know, everyone can't wait to be a senior, you know?
Yeah. It's tough. You really feel the empathy that these students of all ages are feeling, and the teachers too. The teachers, the administrators. I mean, whether you're like Dr. Cartier, who's the principal over at Middletown North, she has to feel so frustrated by what's going on because she loves those kids.
Yes, she does. Yes, she does. My kids also graduated from high school, Middletown High School North. So, and I know quite a few teachers, they really miss the classroom.
They do.
They really do. And the students, you know, no matter how much they probably complain, believe you me, they're not going to complain that much probably after this.
Oh no. And these kids they realize that so much of because of the age, they were taking things for granted, as I did, as you did.
Absolutely.
Anybody who went through a normal senior year, we all take things for granted. But what they're experiencing now is unforeseen and hopefully will never happen again to anybody.
Yes, absolutely.
But Middletown has done a phenomenal job of making sure that the students have to do their work. Every day, my daughter is supposed to check in, hand in an assignment, and that's how they're doing attendance. Some of the other districts, I know other teachers in other areas where a week goes by and the student doesn't turn in anything.
Wow. And
they don't know what's going on with the student. For all they know, the student could have literally wound up in the hospital or whatnot. And then I know one person who a student would upload 4 assignments on Friday to show that the student was actually doing the work, or maybe it did all the work at once, but actually didn't think about the fact that it does matter.
Wow. I like the idea of checking in every single day. That's your attendance. Yeah, that actually does make a difference.
Yes, it does.
Thank you so much, Rob. I really, really appreciate your time. If we need to get in touch with you, how do we do that?
Well, I can give you my office number, which is 732-308-3444, 732-308-3444. You can find promotionsandunicorns.com on the web or on Facebook, and I'd love to help out people within this community whether it's Middletown or any of the other towns of anybody who sees this.
That's great. Thank you so much, and I'm looking forward to doing some business with you.
I look forward to helping you out as well.